get to it, yeah, we do it, yeah, I go up. We influence, yeah, see me moving, yeah, I glow up. Every time I show up, I can flip my switch out. They act like they know us, but they know dog, I'm big dog. Asking if it's still a flex, say they better go ask Booyah. Never think I'm gon' check, better pull up like woo. Come to place and I'm the best, I ain't worried about none who y'all. 24, no rest, stand on business, I'm too tall. Thought you was a threat, I do real life, do no tip or tat. On the internet, we don't do that, see I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way, I'm cashing checks, I don't owe no debts, I've been through that, see you SOS. SOS, SOS, see you SOS. Need a life vest, need no mic check, SOS. SOS, SOS, see you SOS. We don't talk checks, we get to it. All in for the jackpot, every time I want the last shot. Championship ring, rank started from a mascot. Went to Rollies from a G-Shot. Brand new kettle, no teapot. You should know I don't play. Go sicko mode like I'm T-Scott. Eagle vision from the treetops. Went to image from a green dot. Never had no limit, but I had some Reeboks. Keep it humble, but the fees not. In the game, no free spots. But I earn what's mine. Nothing less, I'ma shine. Thought you was a threat. I do real life, do no tip or tat. On the internet, we don't do that. See, I've been a threat, and I've been a vet. Thought you knew that way, I'm cashing checks. I don't owe no debts, I've been through that. See you SOS. SOS, SOS, see you SOS. Need a life vest, need no mic check. SOS, 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 see you SOS. We don't talk checks, we get to it.
Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop. Yeah. I'm so handsome. All in Carmine's with my Benz, I'm so fancy. No romancing. Got my baby and she right, she make you vanish. No time to play, got book dates. Had a plan, only had to wait. Always knew I'd make a way. Send a bill, they send a pay. Keep it real, keep the record straight. Keep it real, no time to fake. All authentic in my own lane. I am me till I'm in the grave. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop. Ooh, never panic. Get a worry, send it up and then advantage. Yeah, I can't stand it. Out of order way you moving, see you scrambling. On offense, no defense. Still strong, no weakness. Used to say I wouldn't beat this. Now they wish they could beat this. Tables set, now tables turn. God's plan, don't say a word. Know the price, cause I know my worth. My time, get what I deserve. Trendsetter, I got style for you. Ain't seen you at the top, it's been a while for you. Big you up and they look down on you. Take one loss, no one's around for you. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, I won't stop. I won't stop, no, 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 no. I won't stop, won't stop.
Good morning all. Yes sir. Hope everyone is well, hope everyone is good. Happy Friday to all. Let me make sure on all systems go. Everything does look like it is working fine here. And NFP day today, so we're going to cover that. Morning, thought I was going to be late 4 hours in immigration, man. At least you got through that. There are always government things are always a disaster. I've never heard someone say they've done a government task and been happy with it, you know, like it was smooth. So yeah, let's see what ends up happening here and run it, man. So we're going to start off with a little bit of a discussion of NFP. We will probably cover the topic as more people come in again here, but Friday being NFP, these are the jobs created. So if you remember what Powell was saying last year, well, not last year fully, but you know, like a month ago or so, he was talking about basically job market starting to cool, right? So if that means, you know, less jobs being made, which is why the forecast is coming lower. Okay, so if we see it come below forecast, meaning the job market is cooling too much, this is going to entitle rate cuts, and we're going to see the rate cuts bet come in. Gold will be pushing up with rate cut bets. If we see numbers come back still stronger, it will allow them to hold cutting rates, which is kind of what they indicated, that this year they don't want to do too many rate cuts. Last year they did you know, good amount of rate cuts, and economy is still doing well. So that's basically you know, a sum up of basically what's going to happen during NFP. We probably will discuss it as more people come in, like I said, but let's go ahead here and run the analysis here. Start off on GJ here, see the daily time frame. So daily time frame here still closing bearish. We are closing above this old previous daily resistance here. 4-hour time frame is creating support, but what we've ended up doing is now starting to roll over. What is nice about this rollover is we've also closed above this previous zone here. So even though we've created support, it's technically leaving us into a bearish session here. So now the difference is it's not very strong for our bearish candles. I would say today, since we've had such a heavy move down, there could be some relief, and relief would make sense, especially if we start breaking back into this daily support here, which I can, you know, which would make sense here as the daily candle would flip bullish. You can probably start to look for buys, which would be somewhere above these highs here, right? So that's kind of going to be the buying plan here. It's going to be back above daily support and back above these highs, more importantly. So but you know, with it being bearish session, sells make more sense technically here. We have kind of filled this range for now. We do have a little bit more till we reach this 15-minute support. How much more do we have? About 11 pips here. So 11 pips is tradable if we go up and create structure now. If we just slowly melt our way down, it's going to be a little bit more difficult to be able to capitalize off that. And the sells would probably come below the 1-hour support here, which we have here. Watch the 30-minute and 15 would be used as a watch. Hopefully there's a clean close so that you can get 9 pips in profit by then, not a close very deep to there. But with volume, you should expect price to break through that with bearish bias, continue down and fill this 36 pip range pretty much. So it will depend on how price will form here to be able to give the two selling options. Selling option number one going to be pull back here, and then we look for sells to continue down to this bottom of the range, or option number two is going to be below that 303. So we'll see how price forms inside of here. 30-minute, 1 hour just closed bearish, 30 minutes closing doji. I don't like selling, you know, closer towards the bottom of the range without structure, because if you look at a good way to do range analysis is measure how high is it back towards the top of the range, it's 34 pips. How high is it back towards the bottom of the range, is 11 pips. That's going to give you a good idea of where we are in the range. If it's of course much further distance, we're talking about 3x the distance to reach the top of the range. Market positioning means, okay, you're in a zone where either you need new structure to form, or you are trying to sell lows here, which might not be a good idea, because we could get the pullback at any time. But once we leave the range, we basically can rely on this structure that's here to respect price, right? So this structure that's here, if we start leaving this like this, get a small pause candle, leave it, that pause candle is enough, because now we have this structure and whatever left the range to respect to continue down, right? So that's why it's important, and that's the two differences. Whereas here, realistically, it has nothing to respect. It has to respect probably this and ultimately this. So you could get that pullback that happens, and that's a threat. So if that happens and then you're selling, it's much better. But hey, that's a little bit of a little breakdown there. So if we're looking at gold here, on the other hand, gold is starting to move back towards this resistance here. I think this resistance needs to be moved up. Maybe it's because I drew it yesterday on a higher time frame. We're gonna have a look now. So let's see how the 1 hour is. It 1 hour? Yeah, it's probably from yesterday, 1 hour something. But anyways, we're going to be moving it up to here. So let's go ahead and start on daily and see how daily has formed. Some of these lines all the way down here can say buy. We are well away from those. So those can all say goodbye. Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you. Thank you also. Thank you also. So start off here on the daily time frame. Daily is obviously going to be closing bullish, continuing this move up. Hey, it looks pretty nice here to continue the bullish move. Of course, it being NFP, we can see some inconsistencies till NFP. If, like I said, NFP does what? If NFP numbers come back better than expected and the job market continues strong here, we will see basically gold push up worse than expected. It's an interesting thing. Actually, no, better than expected. We see gold potentially initial push down, actually. Yeah, an initial push down because, hey, because that's a tough one. Let me just think this through. We will see gold initially. Yeah, we'll see gold initially push. So if numbers come back worse than expected, means that they want to cut interest rates to help the job market, and we'll see gold push up. If we see numbers come back good, then it will support keeping interest rates higher for longer, right? So just needed to clear that up in my head. So if we go and see daily timeframes bullish, 4-hour time frame also bullish. We're looking like we're approaching this previous 4-hour resistance, which would be an initial target here for, you know, the buys that are playing out right now. If we're looking at 1 hour closed above here, there's an active setup, one on the 1 hour right now, 30-minute. See our zones, what we're saying on 30-minute. We have another zone here. We can mark this as like a watch, something like this. We have reacted off it in the past, but we'll leave it as a watch just to see what happens. Or is okay to leave it as a watch, mainly looking at the 4 hour here. Bring us back, boom. And we're reacting quite heavily off this resistance here. So buys above that resistance makes sense for me, man. Simple setup one, it seems like we want to form. So I think if we can get back above this resistance, it makes sense. So yeah, that's what I'll be looking for. I'll be looking for a buy above the resistance. 15 pips to there, 32 pips to there. Yeah, that's what I'll be looking for. Gold future chart completely different, super high. Well, hopefully that you know, prerequisites it. Took this setup one, took me up BE, was very early. Yeah, this was an early option here, not the time I usually trade, but it does make sense, you know, clean candles towards the left. If you were able to get in, then yeah. If you went BE at the close towards the resistance, and I guess I would have tapped you. But 5 minutes still creating good structure here to hold. I think the best is basing it off a 1 hour. 1 hour is going to be the safest, or basing it off a 30-minute here. This 30-minute close above this one here. Stop loss below 30-minute. Give yourself some room, you know. That 30-minute stop loss will also be below structure. With stop loss below structure, it's very good, you know. Anytime you get stop loss below structure. So we'll see how this next 15-minute candle forms here. Unlike the last 2 days, when we've come to London, we've had back-to-back pushes up, and then London just ranges. Today, it's not being back-to-back. Yes, we have 3 candles now, but we have some structure formed here. The question is, does this just push through the resistance, no pullbacks? Or do we get a close? So that's going to be the question right now. Obviously, I'm not trading at this time, so this is not an option for me. But if you were in at this option, then I think you're close to a 1-to-1 now already. 16 pips for, yeah, 17. Boom, you've hit your 1-to-1, and it does make sense to, you know, look to secure some of that. But this looks like it's going to run here without me, but it's not actually without me because I'm not trading before this time. It literally just showed up to the charts. It's not even Frankfurt open yet. It's mid-session, so that's you know what I'm gonna be looking for. But yeah, this looks like gonna be a good move for those who were able to get in early. I think if you were able to get in early, my question to you was, this should have just been an option then. Buy on the pullback, stop loss, then go below, maybe somewhere here, give it some room in case it wants to retest again. That's your option. Why buying up here? You know, buy here to get to here and then continue, because by then you have still that confirmation, right? So that would be my question to you if you're trading at that time, why you go here instead. So you know, that's how it is, man. So that's a clean setup. A few of you guys in YouTube chat I saw caught it. So nice, nice. Holding a runner. Good, good, good. One question though, it's currently not New York time. Why is gold still relevant to trade? Because gold is not only traded in New York, right? You know, higher check 1 minute. Personally, gold would have been BE anyways. Yeah, but where it didn't tap the 15-minute resistance, right? So depends when you move BE. So what are you moving BE on? Depends. Maybe there was a 5-minute res. No, still didn't tap 5. You know, that's my question. So if you moved BE just okay, I'm gonna push into profit and move BE, fine, you would have been stopped. But if you move to BE because you're actually targeting something, then it wouldn't have tapped it yet. No, this candle would have. The next candle, this candle that just opened, would have tapped it. So yeah. Anyone took gold? Yeah, a few guys took gold who were trading early. I just showed up to the charts. So let's have a look at DAX. DAX is shit. It's just in the same range as yesterday. Need to get out of the range. Would be preferred. Trading inside of the range is nice, depending if we're at the bottom or the top. So if we're at the bottom, can look for buys until we break through. If we're at the top, potential sells, but you know, previous daily doji, previous 4-hour closing, yeah, it's just a mess, man. It's an absolute mess. This is gonna eat up a lot of people who are impatient to wait for DAX to get out the range. This is a very choppy range on DAX at the moment. Last time we chopped like this, we've never chopped like this since, oof, probably here, but this is even shorter time. This was like in December 12th, 13th, but we were still in that all-time high phase, you know? But this is a big chop, so ideally we get out of the range on DAX. DAX would be a plan to get out of the range. Yes, this looks nice to sell down to the bottom of the range here. It is pretty clean in terms of candles here. I want to see structure, but the only threat we have is like this. This is the problem with ranges, right? Is that you have different time frame supports and resistance all over the place, you know? I wouldn't be surprised if a 4 hours sitting here as well. Yeah. 4 hours sitting here, 1 hour sitting here. So it's hard to know. It's hard to know if you're going to push through or not. You know, it's hard to know if it's going to push through or not. So yeah. Gold was clean. Smooth move. Smoother than an in session. Did GJ sells make sense here? No, they don't. You're selling for what? You're selling for a couple of pips, right? Selling for 4 or 5 pips. Yeah, stop loss is small, 14 pips, but 4 or 5 pips ain't gonna cut it. You just rather wait for something closing below would make a lot more sense in this type of scenario, especially the 1 hour. If the 1 hour closes below in 9 minutes, you can, it's pretty, it makes a lot of sense, you know, because then you have the 1 hour closing below. You entered the one on the 1 hour close? Yes. Yeah, 1 hour close, 30-minute close, 15 close was also good entry. Just the time when it's a little bit earlier like that, I personally just leave it out my plan. Unless I see it being very consistent at that time for like maybe, you know, for the week and stuff, then I will add it. But I normally give a little bit of room, put it below structure in case we want to range pre-session. TP smash on gold buys, beautiful. End to the first week of the year. Well done, brother. Well done. Yeah, setup 1. Congrats, guys. What I'm really proud is to see you guys actually taking setups yourselves. And this is really, really good. This shows that you guys are maturing and stuff, you know, to be able to identify and take it, you know. So this is cool to see, you know. This is cool to see. Not all just bots doing nothing with their lives. Actually applying some of the knowledge. So yeah, that's the analysis for today, guys. Pretty simple analysis, I would say. Nothing too complex. Yeah, let's get it. See what NFP day has. If you haven't already, you know the drill. How much? 270 of us in here. Appreciate everyone showing up. If we can leave a like on the stream, I would appreciate it. Get the likes up to 150 so I don't have to ask. And yeah, let's get it. Took it based on the 30 minutes, so SL was below 15 structure. Yeah, that's yeah, Matt. It would make sense when you do it based on the 30 as well. 30 as well makes a lot of sense. Safest is 1 hour, but 1 hour stops is pretty big. But I guess you do have the target. Yeah, it's pretty big though. It's pretty big. I think to increase risk to reward, wait for the 30 close and then the 30 close above. Then you have nice options. I also appreciate some of us who took the trade in general chat. Well done, well done. I got in gold early, hopefully it goes well. Well, if you took it based on 15, we were measuring stop losses around here about 18 pips. So you would have got definitely a 1-to-1 already. Could be good to secure. If you're looking to hold, then it shouldn't be a losing trade at this point. At this point, it shouldn't be a losing trade. Some members don't sleep? No, 24/7, man. It's the thing about time zones, right? Grizzle, why don't you join in the Zoom? You can join in the Zoom as well. If it's the same, you know, if it's the same Grizzle that we're talking about. What's anyone's opinion on best color watch face for casual wearing? Black. Rainbow. Black, bro, black. It's me? Yeah, so join from the Zoom call in the group, no? So you get 0 delay. For me, it's 10:54, same time zone as Dubai. Yeah, you're in Mauritius, right? Mauritius is same time zone. I remember when I went there, it was very good. Dark purple is not too casual every day, you know? Casual wearing, you know? Gold had same volume yesterday, same time. We had same push. Interesting. Not my time was paper trading, which would have stopped me out B. Yeah. I mean, depends where you move to be. I mean, if you moved at the resistance, I don't think it would have stopped you. Yesterday, it had a move a little bit later, but there was no setup. See, the difference today is there was a setup. Dark blue, yeah, it works. Dark blue is also good. Slate gray works. Do you set it up nicely? What you looking for? Yep. leaving the range. That's sensible. Dex plan. See, these early sells, the problem with them is all of the levels, right? 1 hour, 4 hour, all of this BS. It's a lot of BS we have there. A lot of BS. That works. I think we can try sell below the 1 hour support to get to the 15-minute support and see what happens there. That could be an option we're seeing. Yeah. Stay out the range, sensible. One more close there. Yeah. Sneaky sells. Makes sense though. Yep. Yeah, just watch all of the 1 hour levels in between here as well. It's just hard to know which one it's gonna react. Pull back then sell again. There's a lot more levels here. Check the 1 hour, 4 hour, all of that. See stacks planned here. Look, sells below there. Actually, this is GG. Below here, yeah. We'll see if we can get in before here if this doesn't dump anymore. Hopefully it can chill last 1 minute, but who knows? It's looking pretty aggressive at the moment. Frustrating when that happens always last second, but this is why GG, it's been recently what it does. Damn. It's like an 8 pip extra push already. What, 6 pip extra push? It's close to the 30 now, and that's the problem. You would have to take it based off a 1 hour. Based off a 1 hour, it makes sense, but 1 hour stops around 33 pips for 31 pips. Almost. If this closed a little bit less, we could run the 1 hour stops. This will depend on the top wick because we have the 1 hour confirmation, but I want to run smaller stops because with the 1 hour, it's not even a 1-to-1 to get to the support. So if we can get a bigger top wick that grabs liquidity, I can just run 15-minute stop, which is 10 pips less. And it will get you a 1-to-1 if we dump to the bottom of the range. We'll see, we'll have to see. 30-minute, of course, going to be a problem. If this no top wick can continue back up inside of the range, I might be... It actually has a nipple wick. See how it looks on broker. Very close to that support on broker. On broker, how many pips is it? On my broker, it's only 2 pips to the support. Same here. 3 pips here. 3 pips is nothing, bro. It's 1-to-1 on broker. On 1 hour, is it? Let me have a look. $33, I have 30. I have less even. 29.6 actually. I have less. Problem is that's max target. Max target, you're getting only 1-to-1, you know? Has to complete the whole range. We have a lot of levels between that. Maybe we get blessed with a setup 3. Lot of levels between that. We have this here, we have another 50-minute here, we have another 50-minute here. Bro, I'll not forget you for helping me take the trade from marking support, resistance, trading zone, session bias, LTA, and entry, 3 entry types. Man, loved you. Appreciate that, man. You can take gold on 15-minute. I think gold closed deep. Look at the price, 78, man. A little bit deep. I mean, yeah, it could make sense here to try push through this box, but this box is the exact opposite as GJ sells right now. This is also 4 pips away. It's the same type of zones. You're doing the same thing on both. I mean, we could try it. It's a 30-minute close as well. How big is that? No top wick as well, which is nice. See how big stops are here. 21 pips is not bad. $21 pips needs to cover the whole range to get 1-to-1. Same as GJ, it's the same as GJ. It's a tough call, boys. It's a tough call, man, because it's just a 1-to-1 just to get there. Like, I kind of feel like I'm just taking it for the sake of taking it, you know? Like, you need to get all the way back up to the 4-hour resistance, which is max target for the day, just to touch a 1-to-1. You have so many levels in between this and this. Looks kind of extended for a breakout. Yeah, I mean, it can still work, you know. If volume comes in, it will just keep pushing, and then that's kind of the trade you miss. But at the end of the day, it's like I have to question to myself, am I just trying to force the top of the range, you know? I don't want to force the top of the range. That's it. GJ is doing something nice, though. It's creating good structure now. Check this out. So this is what we want to see. Good 1-hour top wick. We just had 5-minute close. Did we get a thunderstorm? Thunderstorm, I'd be interested. Let's have a look. No, no thunderstorm. Yeah, thunderstorm would be okay. It's a classic setup, but there's no thunderstorm here as well. Yeah, to be honest, it's pushing limits. It just feels like a forced trade. 20 pips here, stop loss is already what? How big is stop loss? 21 for 21. It's an exact 1-to-1 for full target. It's forced, man. It's forced for sure. You can take it if you want to force it, but I just feel like I would take that for the sake of it. Like, if I'm really honest, like, I have all the patience in the world, and this is not a trade that's gonna pay me, because I have to get to break even here. That would be part of my plan, to be break even in here. And let's be honest, there's no 5-minute structure. I can't go break even here. I don't like the fact that I can't go break even here, because if it starts failing, I'm going to be stopped out. Another break even level is going to be the 80 level there. So you kind of have to sign a treaty with yourself saying that I will not go break even here. which I really don't want to be in a position where I'm just holding drawdown and feeling uncomfortable, especially with the risk I use. You know? Okay, if I was just, I could take the same trade right now, target about 8, 9, 10 pips, put stop loss below here and fine. But that's not the way I trade, right? I don't just target a small target. I mean, if you're targeting a small target, you can do whatever the hell you want, right? You're only trying to catch 5, 6, 7 pips. Only take trades where you can go BE, good ones to go BA. Yeah, I'm just explaining it. That's why I didn't take this. But yeah, that is a point I've mentioned before. Probably why you wrote it in PA handbook. Oh, you didn't write it. Now you're gonna write it. Okay, cool. Yeah. It's not bad. Only take trades where you can go BE. Because it gives you options, right? So to add to that, you can say that always take trades that you have options in. Options to manage, options for BE. If you don't have any options, it's a tough trade, right? I like what GJ is doing. We want this top wick here. I mean, listen, if GJ flips and breaks its low, I probably will take this just based off the 1 hour. I won't even run 1 hour stops. I'll run wherever this wick lands or the 15-minute stops, because this is a very deep bottom wick. I'll be very surprised to see this flip, break low, and then need to break the 50-minute high again. Palisade most destructive fire in LA? Yeah, it's pretty bad. I think the problem is in California, they don't, insurance doesn't cover that. Do you have time allotted for social media or scrolling whenever you like? I rarely scroll through social media. I just, maybe if I'm eating lunch, I check for 5 minutes or something. I don't, but yeah, I guess it's just when I'm like eating or whatever. Depends. It's not something I really think too much about. It's not something that consumes my life enough for it to be an issue, you know? Yo, so MX, hope you're well, bro. Been a while. What if the wick gets too high before the flip? Doesn't matter, because by that time the 15-minute will close in the range probably, and it won't matter because even if the wick gets too high, even if it comes back to 500, it's still going to be, we still have enough range, right? Because look at 500 stop is about 27 pips, we have 30 pips, it still will make sense. What do you think about my sneaky buy idea on DAX? I've seen from my back player a lot. Expect DAX to bounce 4 out. Let's have a look. Yeah, I like it. It's been happening recently where we bounce bottom of range. Let's see how DAX is forming. I'd prefer you do the buy idea lower, if I'm being honest. It's a threat with clean candles below. Oops. You know, with all these clean candles below, it's a threat. I prefer it comes from somewhere here. Personally, in middle of the range is where I lose a lot of trades. I lose a lot of trades middle range. Yesterday also here, I tried middle of range. Middle range isn't the best. Gold about to hit a lot of break-evens. What's happening to gold? Oh yeah, we dodged a bullet there, to be honest, boys. This is like, I want to explain how I know it's really tempting to take trades and want to push trades, but patience does pay long term. Like, there'll be times where it flies without us. But look, the time you break your plan and you just force a trade because you just want to take a trade, this shit happens, and it's even worse, especially when you have big risk on the table. Yeah, you still learning phase, it's okay. You know, you'll learn the hard way, and it will be, make sure it's imprinted in your mind. But I want you guys to notice that it's not like, as a trader, I'm purposely not taking trades or I'm scared to take trades. Like, this is how trading works. You have to be extremely cautious in the market, or you get eaten up like this. Like, you need things to follow your plan. And the more and more I looked at this, like, there's no rush to take a trade. If you're still thinking about what's happening in the trade, and if it really follows the plan and the trade goes without you, means it wasn't clear enough to begin with. You know, it means it wasn't clear enough to begin with. So it's okay. That's totally fine to happen, right? And even if you know, this is many times, we did this yesterday on gold as well, where things can be very tempting, and we just say, okay, relax, you know. It happens all the time. And there'll be times where I wait for more confirmation, I wait for something I want to see, and the trade still plays out. But that's why people lose in the market, is because those are the times that pressure you as a trader to want to be involved in the market, which long term is a losing position. But yes, on that day it played out, but then you try it again and again and again later, but all of a sudden you lose. Don't you notice that? Like, you see something happen and then you try it yourself, but you're losing in the market. It's weird, right? Everything you don't try yourself ends up working out, but the shit you try yourself doesn't work out. Why does that happen? Because it was not something tested. It's not something tested long enough to be able to do that. And what do people do in short amount of time? They don't trust their strategy. They don't trust their you know, all of the stuff. They don't trust what they're doing, the method, because it's a accumulation of things, you know. Same thing when someone takes a losing trade, right? If you're someone who takes a losing trade, don't let that influence your next trade, right? Because your next trade has nothing to do with the trade that happened before. If you took a losing trade following your plan, you can't let that make you scared for the next trade, put you off the next trade, make you do something less, because it has nothing to do with the trade that happened before, right? What's the correlation with that? Now, if you broke your plan on the trade before, same thing, next trade, make sure don't repeat the mistake, right? If you're repeating, I'll tell you one thing, you know you're not going to make it, you know you're not improving if you are making the same mistake that you made on one trade before in the next trade. There's a serious problem there. Should never make the same mistake twice in a row, you know? Now, don't get me wrong, you will make mistakes, it's totally normal. Mistakes are totally fine, they're totally good. You know, I still make mistakes. I could have made a mistake right here, right? I could have said, you know what, I'm giving it a shot, I just want to take a trade. And that's exactly what I did in January last year. And those won't realize that. They won't realize what it takes to be transparent traders. That's transparently there. If I show you, I was showing the guys in the exclusive group my trades from January last year. Let me show all of you in YouTube chat to prove to you how far you've come. You guys ready to see this? Does this look like a good trade, guys? Gold as well. Let's see in YouTube chat. Good trade? I see many problems with this trade. The number one problem is right at resistance. Why the hell am I trying that? A+. In Joe books, it's A+. Yeah. Why did Bo buy straight into resistance? Overconfidence, man. That's just after I came off a 7-trade winning streak couple of days before, right? I had 7-trade winning streak. So I had overconfidence. Overconfidence from a 7-trade winning streak. I'm like, I can push it. Volume is back, but it was January. You did this because you expected the volume to push. I saw it many times. Yes, I expected, but expecting doesn't mean anything in the market, especially when you're in January, new market cycle. Yes, I know why I did it. I exactly know, but it doesn't make sense. Why do I have to experiment with that with risk? I expected it to push. No, I don't. Expecting is not gonna be useful, you know. It's not gonna help to expect that all the time. Yes, there is times where we can look for price to push through resistance. You know, we see a big break through that resistance. Cool, but not that time. That's too early. You played the probabilities at the correct hour. Yes, but was it the correct option? No. Because you're just doing something that doesn't make sense when you could have just waited for the close above. It's a patience thing, right? You're scared it's gonna go without you. Claudia is the devil on her shoulders. Yeah, always has to say something. If it wasn't you, I wouldn't believe it's a trade. Yeah, but that's the key thing, right? Is understanding that. We learn from those things. Like, you don't have to be a perfect trader all the time. The gold trade we just left, what made you not take it? The 15-minute broke above. There was 1 minute structure. It was also not 5-minute structure also. What made me not took it is that, first of all, there was a 1 minute setup that already played out. And we're very close to the resistance here. There's a little resistance at this box. Check the range. So this is about volume, right? Volume. If we look at volume, to get a 1-to-1, which is like, you know, what we at least want from the trade, will mean that price will have to fill the session range. Where's session range? The next 4-hour resistance. So just to get a 1-to-1, it's not even a full 1-to-1. Stop loss was around 22 pips. So yeah, it is an exact 1-to-1. To get just a 1-to-1, it would have to fill the whole range, and it's not clean to there. We have this level and we have 80 level. If you look back on 30-minute, we have these levels here as well above. It can react off this as well before we get to that 4-hour. So it's not the smoothest to get to there. And without 5-minute structure, there's no way you can break even at this point. Imagine you get into the trade, it spikes up here 4 pips quickly, and you have to go break even. And then it just ends up going up later, but you didn't know and you've wasted commission. So it just makes a trade not worth to take. Now that this structure is created, it's a little bit different now. Because now we've created the liquidity to push through these zones, right? Now price has proved to us we can push through these zones. Yo Sharp, can I also use this spreadsheet to journal my trades from the link below? You can, just make a copy for yourself. That's a stupid trade. That's something I wouldn't normally make, but not this year. It's an aggressive trade, right? You have to realize this is what happens when you come off winning 7 trades in a row a couple of days before, right? In December, I won 7 trades in a row, and the same cycle happened, right? I mean, this December, how many trades in a row have I won? Let's have a look. From this spot here, 1, 2, 3, took a loss. Okay, not 7 in a row, but very small losses. In the last 2 months, there was only 2 losses in London session. And before that, look how many wins there was here. 1, 2, 3. Look, in the last 3 months here, there's only been... Like, this is the difference. Yes, there's a lot of patience in my trading, but you want to see something freaking cool, guys? And I don't think anyone will realize this. Look how many trades this is from the 10th, which is October. October to December, I've only taken 2 losses in 3 months. That's nuts in my London session trading. Yeah, in NY there's 1 or 2 more losses, which is normal as a trader. That's why people are overreact when I take a loss, because I don't normalize it. Yes, there's a lot of patience in between, but I rather be a patient trader than have to lose every day and try to make that back. You make the choice. You either take trades all the time to feel hype, feel like you're active in the market, feel like you're keeping on taking trades, or you stay patient 90% of the time. You take very minimum losses, but look how many wins and break-evens. Don't forget the break-evens in between, right? You know? And I told you that, like, all of these break-evens could have been a win as well, right? Look, hit TP, but we've done the math, we've done the expectancies, it equates the same result. Would GJ be a setup 6? That's an interesting thought. No, not anymore. Not anymore. Setup 6 would have been 5 break structure here. I don't really think there's a real setup 6 here yet. You kind of want a consolidation, then break of structure. On 15, yeah. That's even more of an argument to double your risk. Difficult to understand what holds you back. Nothing holds me back. I just always trade January because historically slower month for me. So I don't want to double it in a historically slower month. That's why in February, if you've been listening, that's the plan, right? We discussed that even last year, how I'm going to run that. Gold was a setup 6? Let's see. Actually, gold might have been a setup 6. Without this, maybe, yeah. What's interesting is when our setups are there, right? When our setups are there, setup 6 don't happen. When the setups stop, then setup 6 is a good clutch. Nothing holds me back. It's just the plan. You do it every year. I'm a kind of a guy who likes to increase on a yearly basis. I'm in this, took this trade 10 p.m. Dubai time for late NY session. 10 p.m. Dubai time is not late NY session, brother. That's a whole different level. That's done. Support, can you review it? Yeah, overall, I don't think this is going to be a good trade long term. Why? Because what if it rejected this level here? So if it rejected this level, what's going to happen? You know, okay, buying from down here to get up to the top of the range, good. TP was good. Again, your TP should be here if you get a little bit more good. But this is the problem. This is a very messy place to be buying, you know. Why is this not a problem for you there? This is going to be a problem when it becomes a problem, you know. Did you expect price to push through? Maybe yes. But if that's the case, then why not take this one here once we've made a target, come back and then continue, you know, or take the early one, be a little bit ahead of the curve and be okay, this close back in the range, let me try get to this if you're going with that idea, you know. Like it needs to be a little bit more accurate. This feels like, you know, I don't know how many times you can replicate this and it works. Yes, but this is normally based on 15 minutes is quite big. I mean, technically, yeah, technically, yes. I haven't run the experiment on 15 minutes, but yes, it is. You can, if that's something you want to try. You take setups, that's only what I've tested it on so far. We need to collect over 200 trades of it before I can confidently tell you long term this is something that's going to work all the time. 100th like, I appreciate leaving a like. If you guys enjoyed the stream, be sure to leave a like. Been here all week. Been good start. We've really capitalized off protecting from BS like this, you know. This happens a lot in London session if you're not careful. Happens in NY as well. So this has been a key lesson for the week. How much is your NY session accuracy? You get more trades in NY session? No. Depends. I would say my NY accuracy is actually higher than London because the trades amount to... Depends if I've traded in the morning or not. Mostly in NY session, I'm just giving the opportunities because if I take a trade in the morning and I'm happy with my profits, I don't trade NY all the time, but I just send what I'm looking for to the guys in the group. So... and then we track that as well. But the accuracy is going to be around the same. But since, you know, it just depends, man. It depends drastically on what month it is and stuff. You know, like some months, NY, like there'll be times during this year, which is what I've told people, and those who were here last year will remember this, is there'll be times during the year where London becomes shit and NY is just really good. And that time in NY, we're really cooking that time, you know, it's really, really where most of the NY trades come every day, smashing it NY. And there's this time where it's opposite, there's a time where it's, you know, the equal. I would say now is a pretty equal time. Both sessions having good volume. A lot of volume here on 5 minute on gold. Look at this 1 minute candle. It's a big 1 minute candle this. What is that? 28 pip 1 minute candle is pretty decent. Pretty decent 28 pip 1 minute candle. How is GJ closing? Setup 2 here. If price gives me a setup 2, I'll take a setup 2 down. I mean, last year London was pretty shit overall. Last year in the markets was difficult with an election year, but it wasn't shit overall. It's just because you guys were used to watching me trade in breakout season for months. We had like 4 or 5 months of where GJ was in breakout season. That's a market cycle. It's like, you know, a bull run on Bitcoin, you know? So you were used to just every day simple trades, man. Every day cooking. 750? Yeah, we plan for that as well. So I agree with you. Isn't W a bullish trade, Torch? Yeah, it can be a bullish pattern, yes. Would S2 be enough for GJ or needs S5? S2 is enough. Especially because 1 hour close below S2 will be enough. You have break of structure, so this would be potentially a lower high. Unless price just completely wants to shift from here and start going up. But we don't know that from now, we're just following what price action says. Unfortunately, we would have to find that out the hard way. But no pullbacks on 5 minute, you know, it would at least make sense to give some profits at least to 500. I mean, the setup 6 could be an option. We'd want to see it go deeper into the zone and then reject from the zone and then leave a bearish candle. Has it tapped the zone? Just about. Gold 5 minute close, volume coming in hard. It's the 30 minute close right now. Let's see how this 30 minute is closing. That's a weird close. Can it? Oof. I don't know what I think about this close. The problem here again now is stop loss. Oof. Wow. What's going on price, man? This is rinsing people. Look at this pullback. Oh, man. That's a 30 pip pullback in the open, man. Imagine the people who just got rinsed right now. Oof. Yeah, this is NFP rinsing people, guys. This is rinsing people. I'm okay, man. I don't want to hold a 30 pip pullback in a couple of seconds, man. You'd be what? If you took a buy here, you're like with a 3 lot, right? Because you risk 1,000. Let's say you're like plus 100 and then suddenly the candle opens, you're down 1,000. It's like shit. Yeah, I need to let this form something where I can understand what's happening here. Stop loss is a problem because of our target. 31 pips for 19 pips. Lost 2 trades on gold just now. Man, I'm such a champion. Just listen, man. Stay calm. No need to push it. Right? Hear what I have to say. Take it with a pinch of salt. If you ever feel FOMO and you want to try something yourself, take it on demo or take it extremely low risk, 0.01. Send it to me. Hey, Harry, I took this instead. Do you think this was an option I could have taken, you know, or do it 0.01 lot, which is like $1 risk, $2 risk, and just say, do you think this was an option? There's no need to push yourself because now it's a bad feeling, right? You lost 2 trades this fast. You see what I'm saying? And that's the difference, is that if I lose 2 trades right now, yeah, it's going to be above 2K, right? So then I have to go back and recover that as well, instead of me just staying patient. So that's why I rather stay patient, because I know as a fact that there's a chance, a higher chance that I'll probably be losing if I don't stay patient. And this is where people See, there's two types of trading you can do. You can either trade to fill your emotions or trade to fill your pockets. What do you want to decide? Do you want to trade to fill your pockets or do you want to trade to fill your emotions? Trade to fill your emotions means get a rush, right? And this is a simple way to get a rush, is to just do some really quick scalping, to do, you know, take some really quick profits just so you get that rush. You can make money like that, but when you lose big, of course, right? You'll overtrade and stuff like that. Yeah, I really need a good entry. Next trade, need to sit on my hands? Yes. You don't need a good entry, you just need to allow a new entry. How will you allow a good entry? Is to follow the plan, right? What is your real name? I am him. It's really hard to trade. Price just moves straight, no entry, but teach me sit on my hands. Yes, the first week of the year, guys. You know, this is I said this in the webinar that we had. Is that a lot of people are gonna come into the first week of the year and go full thing, guys. There's 12 months left. 12 months left of the year. Like, don't push all your limits on the first week of the year. You know, it's like, trust me, there's a whole year ahead, a whole load of price action. If you don't believe me to see that there won't be trades, just check this journal. You can see how there is trades during the whole year. My real name is Harry, bro. Harry. I think I have it on my channel. It should be on my channel. By the way, yeah, my name is Harry Sharp. There we go. That's why I'm called Tradesharpe. Sharp is actually my last name. Just so you know. Maybe some people don't know that. But make sure you guys are subscribed to the channel, because we're posting videos weekly, live streaming, on the road to 90K. Well, we need to get to 85K first. Can I ask a question? Bro, that is next level inception right there. Can I ask? I think he means, yo, can I ask a question? Yeah, of course you can ask a question, bro. No, I think he means yo. No, he's saying yo. This guy's, what is he? South African 100%. He's writing yo. User? Yes, South African. They don't have S, right? That's why South Africa is not SA, it's ZA. Yeah, ask a question, brother, of course, come on. I thought Tradesharpe was a clever way of just saying trading smart. It is at the same time that it is actually Tradesharpe, if you get what I mean, you know? The act of my name, so it works both ways. That's why I came up with it, to trade sharply. That's why if you look at my logo, it's like a slit, right? Sharp. The sharpness. My logo should be somewhere here. Let's see. Okay, I didn't put it on this video. What an anticlimactic experiment. Are you related to William F. Sharp, who has proposed the Sharp ratio? Yes, it will be in our family tree. So Sharp, if you research what Sharp is, Sharp was we were a clan. It's a war history. There's a HBO series on our family. But yes. Maybe it's just a US thing. No, it's not a US thing, bro. We call it Sharp. Based on liquidity grab, most people will think it's a liquidity grab, then press buy and get stopped out or keep holding the position. Yes. So that's why you need to be careful and have liquidity grab with confirmation, right? Not just the liquidity grab. I can't tell if you're serious or joking. I'm serious. I'm fully serious. So what now? Do we look at gold and do its weird dance and wait for it to get back to one of our setups? Well, technically, if you want to be, the rules is 2 losses in a row, you call it a day. You've used your bullets. Because now if you take another loss, you just end up having a really bad day. And you can avoid that now. So if you want to experiment with your discipline, that's your 2 bullets gone for the day, and you're not going to do that again, because how frustrating now if there's a good trade that happens and you miss out on it because you used your bullets. But that'll teach you. Your family is along the stars war. Bro, if you're gonna offend my family like that, bro, you know, and write that second word, you better be, you're joking. I'm being serious on that, bro. Not funny. Okay. Don't insult a whole generation, bro. Insulting a whole generation. Be careful, bro. Telling you. They ain't gonna be happy when they find you. He deleted it. Bro insulted the whole family tree, man. All the women, man, it take too far. Have jokes, you know, jokes are fine, but don't insult people personally, right? That's the way, that's the rule of thumb I always have in general in life, guys. You want to take jokes, but don't insult people's families, mothers, fathers, brothers, you know, that you leave, that's never a good joke, you know, it never ends well long term. I promise you on that. Especially in this part of the world, guys. Be very careful in this part of the world. Like the biggest insult you can say in this part of the world is to someone's mother or father. Will you come live tonight during NFP? I'll be too busy blowing my account. I'm joking. No, I don't trade NFP news. I'm just not a news trader. For me, it's too much of a gamble. Who's your broker? I see. Hello, Lute. What's Lute, man? I hope that's not a bad word. I didn't say anything bad to you, man. How should I close a sell trade from previous 1 hour low? Well, you should be stopped out, unfortunately, if you took GJ sells. If you took GJ sells, you would be stopped out because it would have hit your stop loss here as it broke the high. There might be a buy option in London Open above these highs here. So what we would like to see is we'd like to see this 15-minute... actually, if this 15-minute could close bearish in 4 minutes would be juicy. Because we're not getting any pullbacks on 5, eh? Wow. Interesting price action, this, to be honest. Look at gold absolutely rinsing everybody. Everybody. Man, imagine the people who re-entered here. Hi, do I get another bullet for NY session? What would you do? Just disciplined and call it? Personally, at this stage, I would be disciplined and call it, especially on a Friday. I know it sucks. Depends on your risk tolerance as well, you know? Like for me, that's bigger risk, you know? But it's all relative. You might as well learn the skill now, you know? Because the fact, I mean, see, the reason I made that rule is because if you expect price, let's say today, you expected price to go up, which I think was your consensus on gold. And price is not going up, okay? If price is not going up, then you're wrong for the day. You should stop giving bullets. But then technically, by the time we reach New York, it's a new session. But remember, today, New York session is NFP. So you're not touching price till after NFP. And depending on how big of a mess NFP has done, will depend on what you can do. What I miss by us. We will not be sending you $3. Bro, that's why he's late to Zoom. He's been waiting. he's been collecting for $3. He's been collecting the $3. What makes you choose, Peter, $3? Why not 5, 2, 1, 3? What smartwatch are you wearing? This is a Fitbit. It's a Fitbit. So technically today on gold, it's fully bullish bias here. So we ideally want to be looking for buys. So can this pullback give us buys? Synchro and S3 on GJ below key level when I came to the chart. Not a good time early entry it was. Yeah, that was fine. We were also looking at S3 as a possibility here for sells as well. That would have been fine as well. Which model? I think this is the Charge 4. Charge 4, yeah. It's great. I use it to track steps mostly. And it has my time as well, which is fine. Hello, I think feds are watching my campaigns. I'm resigning. Don't want to be jailed for stealing. Blame Joe. Joe is the guy who messed it all up for you. Do you have a body fat calculator? I have one on my weighing scales, but they're never accurate, guys. Body fat calculators are not accurate. The most accurate body fat calculator is called a mirror. Very accurate. You go in the mirror, and if you look at yourself in the mirror and you're fat, that's it. You're fat. Lute is a word in Germany language, means hello people. Okay, thanks for letting us know. Now we know. Should I close GBP JPY according to your technical? You should have a stop loss. Stop loss will close the trade for you. Yeah, I'm gonna ask Mirko. This is my German reference in the group. This is the word. Actually, no, it's spelled. Yeah, there we go. Ammo did it. People, it means people. Moritz told me it's people. Very good, very good. We're safe, we're safe. I think because he wrote hello Lute. He wrote hello in English though. How do you write hello in German? Is it just with an A? Like this? Yeah, see, come on, man. I'm already ahead, man. Come on. See, I'm learning German now. Ready for Rammstein concert. Okay, hopefully this will not just be a ranging day. I think buys can make sense above here. Previous daily resistance 316. Du hast? No, here comes the sauna. That's better song. GBP JPY showing most weakness. Yeah, interesting. JPY is weak, should go up. These I don't trust though. I really don't trust. Okay, we're creating a resistance. I wonder if this is gonna close bearish, we can set up 2 sells. Why is there 2 XAU USD? What do you mean there's 2 XAU USD? So I want to see in 12 minutes this candle close strong bearish. We maybe have set up 2 towards the downside. Would also close the 30-minute bearish, which is quite nice. GU setup 2 looks better if it sets up. Yes, if you're trading GU. Let's see what GU looks like. Yep, it would be the same. On the right side, on the right side of my chart, yeah, there's 1 futures and 2 different brokers. This broker, don't be using FX broker because their 4 hours close at wrong times. Did they fix it? 7, yeah, it's closing at wrong time. Look, the 4 hours should close here at 6. 1 hour off. Oh, gold absolutely rinsed people here at the highs. I'm glad it stayed out. Same thing happened on JPY during NY. Planned sell below. Now market came back same place and rejecting hard again. True. That is true. But that was lower here. It's doing the same thing up here. What happened? We create high low and continue. Interesting. I mean, after we could be bouncing from the bottom of the zone. As I said, if this breaks the high, buys could start to make sense. I really prefer this candle to close bearish. Next one closes bullish. Weak bearish. Then we close bullish above. I trade futures. The futures close is 4 hours different. Yes, because of futures market. But if you trade futures, you're only concentrating on futures chart. But because of yesterday's, there was some sort of Memorial Day or something. It's now unlined the futures chart. Look, they look a little bit different. But now they're starting to come back into sync. Yeah, it looks very much back into sync almost. Bird of the late president? Yes. How do you change the 4 hour candle so it closes at 6 rather than 11:4? You can't change the 4 hour candle, bro. Oh, you can change your time zone though. So you can change your time zone. So if you want it to close at that time. It will be aligned today? Yes. Give me a sec. Go to the toilet, be back. Harry, how long have you been trading Forex? Did you learn anything from Raja? I've been trading for 5 years in Forex. Did I learn anything from Raja? Not really. I think one thing that he made popular was like what I tried didn't work well for me was when the candle flips against you, close half. But then I would close half in a loss, and when my trade went back into profit, that profit would only make back the loss if it hit TP, and I would be break even still. So I stopped using that. But I was trying that with that, you know. He puts a lot of emphasis on risk management, you know. We both trade price action though, so it's good to see similarities. You don't want people trading, you don't want to see a lot of people trading price action and doing completely drastically different things. How do you take prop firm challenge? How do you tackle a prop firm challenge? You are with a strategy 1 to 1 hour. Yes, you just do it the same as what everyone did in our group to pass the prop firm challenge. If you can get more risk to reward and the trade allows you to do so, you can target more. Yes, that's up to you. See, I know for a fact I do the same. Is like sometimes keep my losses smaller, and one of our members, AD, he also, if you look at his average loss here, average losing trade is look, this is what I want to show, and this is my point, right? Still up profitable. Look at average losing trade 416, average winning trade 186. Basically, because he likes to close half and leave a runner. Right, but when the runner hits, yes, he gets a big trade, 2.6k or something, right? But that's my point, is that he likes to get into profit, close half in profit, and then allow the rest of the trade to run. So even that, and that's a prop firm challenge what he's on. So even with that, even though he's trading positive risk to reward, but the way he's managing his trade is yielding him negative results. But again, win rate is high, so it makes sense like that. You know, for me, it's around the same, to be honest. Do you record that as two separate trades when closing half and relieve? No, I count it as one because you need to count the P&L if you close half. There's actually a good video in WAPA or Grizo that you should check out. It's called the value percentage of closing half. Because if you do the calculation and math, I used to close half quite a lot. And when I did the math, I try stay away from it unless I really have to in a certain scenario. You know, because the value percentage of closing half takes so much off your position. Your remainder of your position has to run double of what your initial TP is to make what it would have been when it hit your TP. You know? So basically what I mean by that is if you close half, let's say your trade gets into, I don't know, 10 pips profit, okay? You close half. The remainder has to run double of what your TP was, so like 20 pips to even make back what that 10 pip was. Which is easy to understand when you put it out like that. But imagine, it needs to do a 20 pip extra move to even make what you made back at 10 pips. Whereas if you just close the whole trade at 20 pips, you would have made more than that. You know? Because then I always ask the same question, are you doing the same thing with losses or are you leaving a loss to the full SL? If GJ closes bearish, I'll take a S2 sell. I agree. I agree. You should try futures, Harry. You'll never go back to Forex. I made a video about futures. It's coming out this week about futures. I've done all the research. One thing that you have to respect in Forex trading is you can control lot size. In futures, there's no lot size control. You have contract size, micro, minis, and one contract. You can't adjust your lot size to like 3.5 lots to exactly have the risk you want to risk. You know? Moment I write that it flips, I'm guaranteed we have some sort of Fed or some sneaky guy here in our chat. I want to see it close, but I want to see it close below this support zone here though. Needs to close below the 15-minute support. Because if we're inside the range, I don't trust that bearish close. Can you take partials and futures? Yes, you can. Actually, no. I think you have to open two positions. Wait, I know. I think you can. Depends, but obviously, yeah, I think you can. Most of my big wins this January was on BTC using setup 1, setup 5. Yeah, BTC is moving good. What do you think about close above resistance for buys? Just depends how the range will treat us, but I do like it, you know. I do like above this 5-minute resistance for buys. The problem is the ranges can be nasty price action, you know, you might get a lot of bullshit in ranges, but I do like the idea above 316. I like the idea above 316 below 289. It's hard to use SL in futures too. You have to use futures options to hedge. Damn. We can use setup 1 and these setups in BTC also. Yeah, of course you can, man. Of course. Every day look at the analysis that is sent in the exclusive group on BTC. This is all of the way I mark up and everything. You can read it, right? Bearish close, previous 4 hours mixed session bias, you know, 4-hour support. Let's see if we can get a change of character here, which is basically our setup 5, right? I just used to call it that at the back, or at the back, but before. Hello Tradesharpe, you know why sometimes my trades are not getting triggered? Like imagine placing buy limit then not getting in, because your limit needs to include spread as well. And check your broker how much they strike spread. They move crazy on BTC, just surprised how I don't want to add it. Last time I trade BTC, it moves like thousands of pips, man. Thousands. I'm happy sticking to swing trading and long-term investing in Bitcoin. What if you close 50% on 1-to-1 and keep original stop loss? This will allow more room for the trade. Even if stop loss is hit, will be BE, but if it goes more profits, we are not risking anything. Okay, that's a great question, but check this out. Okay, you want to see something crazy? This is what I'm going to teach you, okay? If you close 50% at a 1-to-1, you make 0.5%. The next 50% that you leave running has to run another extra of whatever you closed at to make back the original. Instead of just closing the full 1% at 1-to-1. It needs to go run more. So if it runs the original position, you make 1.5% max. So it needs to run double 2x the original position to make 1.5% only. It doesn't really make too much sense. So yes, you can do that, but the question is, does the market allow you to have bigger risk to reward? If it does, then all you have is just a runner position. You're just ending up making it a runner position. So yes, then it's fine. If you're planning to leave a runner, you plan to leave a runner. It makes sense. All right, 50-minute candle close weak here. If this closes above here, there might be a buy option. If it closes below, it will be a sell. That's how we could do it. How do you manage a trade when volume dies? Are you closing full or only partial? Well, if volume dies, then I guess I just have to hit SL or TP. Because volume's dead, I can't do anything about that. Okay, we're getting into this zone here. No broker suggestion. I'm not affiliated with a broker. Broker I use is IC though. Harry, if GJ closes above even though bearish session, yes, because we kind of count it as we're bouncing from the bottom of the range here, and these 4-hour candles are not the strongest closing 4-hour candles. All session we've tried to continue down. We obviously have not showed a very strong reaction up. That would be the resolution as we're breaking through the 4 hours highs. If not, then we just continue with the bearish bias. This candle will close bearish and we can see what we can do from there. Harry, Pip Labs is working great now. Year 2025, all that slow 2-point problem also fixed, also increased speed. Great upgrade, man. Really helped a lot. Oh, I'm glad you like it. We even now making it even better now. We're refreshing the whole new data feed. It should be even better. We have new servers. I think we're still down. We should be still, yeah, we're still down. Probably need another 4 or 5 hours. But we have to refresh all the data from scratch. 1 month of data has 3 million ticks. So it's a lot of work. I'm hacking the mainframe. I like that animation. Thank you, brother. Thank you. $11 If this can close like this in 11 minutes is pretty cool. 10 pip stop is really nice. DAX is trying to push up here. If 5 minute closes above here, how big is the range? We have about 16 points. Stop loss is about 20. Ooh, 27 is too big. Maybe the next 5 minute. If this keeps happening where we see setups keep giving us not enough stop loss, I mean big stop losses, small targets, then this means that we need to be looking how we can enter a little bit earlier. It's only the first week though, you can't be jumping around like that though. How many times your setups form per month average? Oh, per month, probably quite a lot, bro. At least I'm looking at like, you know, three. I mean the setups themselves, they form every day. Every day you'll find a setup, for sure, you know. But in the session time, you of course condense it, but you increase the accuracy by a lot, right? So you reduce how many times you have the setup, but the accuracy is you know, is increased by a lot, you know. Actionable setups, which setups that I actually take, you know, maybe including New York, per month around 15 to 20. What's the maximum SL I've entered on a day trade position or a swing trade? Swing trade I've ran 200 pip SL. Day trade, I think 100 pips on gold. 100 pips, like a really heavy volume time. Yeah, 80, 100 pips. Have you ever done buy stop, sell stop? I do that most of the time. If the candle is making a good bottom wick, I will run a buy stop or a sell stop. I won't do market execution all the time. If the candle is like, you know, just making a small bottom wick and we're about to get triggered, I'll market execute. Depends on spreads a lot. If spreads is jumping, I will not do buy stop. But recently spreads have been very tight, let's say on GJ, which is why I was buy stop, sell stopping. GJ 0.2 spread. I can't hold 70. Heart attacks could get the best of me. Yeah, but then my lot size will be reduced. So it's, even though it's moving a lot, 20-30 pips, the P&L is not moving a lot because you've calculated for that stop loss. I mean, buy stop, sell stop on news? No, I've never done that because that's just stupid. You get triggered and you long term you're always getting messed up in that. That's just for a bit of gambling and fun. I've done it with a friend though. I have done it with a friend. I have done it with a friend, and it slipped the hell out of him. But just a very small account he was doing it. GJ, 5-minute close enough for setup 2 for entry? Not really following my rules, no. But it would be like an aggressive way to get in, yes. Because the 30-minute close bullish here, back inside of the range. 15-minute is also back inside of the range. It's very hard when you have 2 candles back inside the range, but the only... We'll have to see how it forms. I mean, it is a tough one. It does make sense with bearish bias. Do you have a trade-off stream if you see a setup? Yeah, we put it in the group or we're on Zoom call. I mean, all of NY trades are off stream, right? I prefer 15-minute close below the 4-hour. Yeah, yellow line is the 4-hour. Would you consider that enough? Yes, it would be enough. Below the 4-hour. Only thing I'm considering is half entry breaking this previous candle low here. But I really need to think this through. 6 minutes is quite a while. We've seen GJ be quite impulsive. We'll see. Let's just hold the patience here in the first week. Because I want to see if that, even if it plays out today, I gain information to see, okay, fine, we can go a little bit more aggressive. Why did gold act the way it acted? It's really not fair. 3 fake outs, really sad. We were pretty much, I won't say predicting, yeah, you could say we were predicting those fake outs, right? We were avoiding them live. It's sad because you were trying to jump the gun. It's also NFP day. NFP day always can be a little bit tricky. It's moving nice now after it's messed up everyone and closed the 1 hour bearish. If you think the markets are fair, boy, you're in for a wild one. I have a buy stop at the break of the high. Wish you luck. I wish you luck, man. Wish you luck. Problem is, where's your stop loss? Is it going to be worth it to get to here? 18 pips. Stop loss around 40 pips here. 30 pips here. That's my question to you. Is it worth it? Gold just keeps rinsing people? What is it doing now? Now it's coming to tap my box. Yeah, it is rinsing people. Yeah, just give gold some space here. Gold acting like a teenager today. Hot, cold, hot, cold. Yeah, it is acting. I'm moving mad a bit. Only thing I'm afraid of is it will break this, re-break its low and melt. We'll see. 2 minutes, man. Price the last 2 minutes have been doing some business. Very tempted to enter half when it re-breaks its low. Would it make sense for GJ to possibly grab liquidity from Asian highs? Where would Asian highs actually be? The correct Asian highs. 4 hour opens at 10 o'clock. Yeah, this would be Asian highs. Yeah. It can happen. It can happen. It can happen. It can happen, yeah. I mean, it's a possibility. It's a probability it wants to grab liquidity from Asian high. I mean, that would be the only threat of this trade not playing out, right? As it goes and does that. Rejecting key level 600. 600 is not a key level. 500 is. Every 500 on GG. How's DAX doing? DAX looks interesting if the 5 minute closes above here, huh? Only problem is it's in this range and I just don't trust this range, you know? Such a shitty range. Look at this. This is where you get eaten up. Don't do it, Harry. Ah, it's super tempting though. It's very clean. Do it, Harry. Oh no. Hopefully it closes below actually, and then I don't have to do it. Let the charts make the decision. It's getting liquidity for explosive breakout. Up or down though? Yeah, it looks good. This looks good actually. Oh. I mean, it makes sense. It makes sense to continue up. Hard look on broker. It's too late now. It's also a 30-minute I just noticed here, look. This on my broker tapped. Screw DAX in range. Oof, gold is really rinsing, huh? GG, I can see from price it didn't close. Next candle can close though. Morning boys, goodbye. Remove ATS administration from Zoom. Confirm. Yes, remove. Format minus C Piplabs. Bro, it's your software. You coded. Initiate backup. I think you have format C Piplabs. Look at the website. How do you take more trades in your paid group? I don't trade Asian sessions, so the guys do trade Asian sessions themselves, but what I do trade is New York session. So I will take any trades that there are in New York session or put the trades I'm looking for in New York session in my paid group. But mostly London session trades, they will be on stream, but the difference with stream compared to group is stream will have delay, which sometimes can be tough. 12 minutes for this this action here. Gold, what are you doing? NFP days are always like this. The charts hunt stop loss before the news is released. Yes, NFP days can definitely be more inconsistent. You just have to navigate an NFP day smoothly, you know. But yeah, you're right. The NFP days historically are more choppier. I really hope GJ makes up its mind up or down, not just chops in here. There's no such thing as stop loss hunting for retail. No, they don't care about your stop loss. That is actually true. You know. DAX maybe buys. Yeah, we discussed it. That would be the buys, the one we discussed before. Whether it's playing out right now. Let me see the price. Yeah, it is playing out a little bit, those buys. But I made the decision not to trade in the range into all these resistances. Even though I like the idea. I like the idea, but... I don't know. You guys put me off it. People said don't trade in the range. I'll listen to you guys. It's not the worst call to tell me not to trade in the range. You know, just definitely from our back testing. When we were back testing in the range, rinsed us. You know, so if we're gonna learn from that, then we should learn from that. But the setup is very valid. Yeah, it is playing out. Had to hold some, what, how many point? 11 point drawdown. Still can fail. I mean, I'll be break even at this 30-minute here that we just pushed through. But overall, it looks good. How strict are Dubai police? Give me a situation. speeding, they're not going to be involved in you speeding. It's all automatic with cameras and all of that stuff. So you'll never get caught speeding by a policeman. Like, even if you zoom past a policeman, he'll have a camera on top of his car that if it's not on, then he will just let the camera catch you. I have heard for the smallest crimes, you can serve a lot of time. Yes, you've heard that from newspapers in England for sure, and UK. They always say that. It's not true. There's always a bigger part to the story. Always. Always, always, always. Yeah, Joe came to Dubai. They always try smash on it. Like, there's always a story, oh, some person got caught kissing and is now in jail. But then when you really investigate the story, it's because they argued against the police and they were being rude. This will always, land you doing that. Because I know in other countries you can argue against law enforcement, but sometimes it's not always the case, you know. What about caught drinking on the street? It's illegal. They'll just confiscate it from you. And if you're... I mean... They're not looking for it, you know. It's just too hot to drink on the street. Like, you have to be disturbing people for them to have your attention, you know, to bring their attention to them, you know. DAX session buys a chain to mix. Yeah, which chart are you using for DAX? Make sure to use forex.com because your 4-hour candle might be closing wrong timings. Five minutes for this 15 to close. If it closes below here, it looks interesting. It's illegal to drink there? No, it's not illegal. It's illegal to drink on the street. Which is good. Keep that shit off the street. Gold may start to release. It's at the 80 level now. Gold is just a load of BS at the moment, man. Eating everyone up. Every time, if you bought any high on gold, you lost 100% of the time. That's what's being guaranteed. So right now in this scenario, there's more probability of selling from the high than buying, because every time you buy, you would have lost. Comment of the day. What's the comment of the day? My confirmation was solid, bro, but it happens. My fuck's sake, man. I'm not reading that, bro. I'm not reading that, bro. That's too far. That's too far. That's too far. Should be limits. Fee fun, bro. Gold seems to be doing same as yesterday. Slow upward trend. Yeah, it is similar. Which means tells you buy on the pullbacks, right? Buy on the pullbacks, buy on the pullbacks. Safest option in that type of scenario. Man, GJ is just ranging now. Best option was to go hardcore on DAX here. I kind of felt like I should have. Hesitating in the range though, really hesitating after how much I got slapped in backtesting in the range. But this was a very clean setup. 5-minute close above. Had to hold some drawdown, so don't forget about that, huh? You're holding about what, 11 points drawdown? 18 point target, 20 point target. About to hit it. Stop loss should be about 17, 18, 18, yeah. Good. Why don't you take DAX? People put me off. It's like saying I'm in the range, and they're not wrong. They're not wrong. You know, in the range, it's really tough. It's where you lose a lot of money in these ranges. Trust me, I can speak from experience, and you know, it's just I'm not end of the week here. I'm not gonna put myself into another loss. I mean, it's no point of losing. You know, it's first week of the year. Wait till we get out of this range. It will be easy trades, very easy trades. You can make way more money than in the range. Like the risk of this failing is definitely, you know, and that's it. It was an option though. It was an option. Hopefully GJ can do business in 58 seconds. Come on, GJ. Push, 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 push. Speed. Push down to here to my mouse. 50 seconds. Push. Big 1 minute candle. Come on. That's what we need. Start the catalyst. Below this line. 35 seconds. Come on, GJ. Not seeing the volume, boys. Not seeing the volume. Oh, it's doing the opposite now. No volume, no volume. Close above last 10 seconds. That would be cool. It's literally above or below right now. 2, 1, or close doji. Very good. Gold also closed below. What's GJ doing? Oof. Nasty, nasty. Damn. 1 minute candle, huh? Yo, this is news. This can't be normal. This has to be news. 1 minute candle open like this. Everyone who's buying is absolutely crying now. $50 minutes as volatile, same candle, right? 1 minute and 50 minutes, they open same time, same candle. It's gonna be news, but there's a small delay on financial juice. We will know in like 2 minutes or something. We'll have to see. I've heard someone call this a fuck you candle. Yeah, it's me. Bank of Japan. Oh, there we go. Hey, Bank of Japan said it's be mulling rate decision for January. Still be mulling rate decision. What's their definition of mulling? Why do they use this? Think about. In depth. Interesting. Yep. So they're thinking about rate decision for January. Holy shit. That is some pretty heavy news. You could see some strength come back into the JPY because of that. So they brought some strength back into JPY. So it was news. We were correct. And that's the one disadvantage of being a retail trader. Bank of Japan clever, always inventing new words. Always. New word every time. It's facts, man. All the same thing. They always chat about rate decision. They never do that. Always have a stop loss. Yeah, it would be important in that type of scenario. What do you use checking the news? That's called Forex no, what's that called? Financial juice. Financial juice. Sales on GJ still makes sense. I wish, bro. This is news, man. What can you do? Take up your whole zone, gone in one candle. Nice little 31 pips candle, gone. What can you do, bro? What can you do? We don't control news, unfortunately. That sucks. That kind of ruins the session. One candle down. Trading is a scam. Why do you feel like that, bro? I can understand why it makes you feel like that. Definitely in my journey, I did feel like that. I thought there's no way this could work. Don't watch this because he's scamming you with his courses. Yeah, it's a great scam, my course, by the way. It cost you $0 and 6,800 people have watched it. So you can be scammed by watching a free course. What's next, Mr. J. Rick? That's it? What if that effing idiot? Yeah, it's always, they always come in like this. It's really funny. It's good if they have something to say. Like, I actually thought like he was just saying like maybe he got messed up by this candle. He was feeling frustrated and he wrote in chat trading is a scam. Yeah, exactly. Someone wrote in chat he blew his account. I thought the same. And I was actually going to give him a conversation and say during my journey I had the same feeling at times, like there's no way this can work. Because nothing was working. I would try everything and it wasn't working. You know? So, yeah. Is this the intervention you're talking about? How can we prevent it? You can't do anything, bro. You can't do anything. There's no way I could have predicted, or you could have predicted that this news was going to come out right now. There's no way. You know, there's no way. It sucks because it takes up our trading zone. You don't know if it's going to reverse the news or what. All I can tell you is that historically we can look to later maybe buy this move back up if it ends up being buy the rumor sell the news type event. Shouldn't big impact news like this? It was a random speech. It's not even news. It's not even news, guys. Trust. This has nothing to do with news. This is just a random speech that is not even confirmed. All they said here is they said Bank of Japan is thinking about rate decision for January. Not even thinking about increasing rate decision, reducing rate. They're just thinking about a rate decision for January. Doesn't mean anything. Doesn't mean anything. If you write caps, bro, Nightbot will do the work. Nightbot. GJ like a falling knife? Yeah, this is the sell we wanted, right? We planned everything for it. Everything we do perfectly. But the one thing you can't control in the market is when news comes out like this. Because how can you predict that? I was begging for a close right below here. Imagine this. This proves that the analysis was right. It's just a shame. We can take the buy back up. Actually, you know, since this news has no essence to it, it has no essence, meaning that they're not changing rates. We don't know the rate number yet. Nothing is set in stone. This is a random move, and historically it can get retraced. Fish. This is really BS. Some big boy BS. Would you say setup 6 played out or not because of news? What was the entry criteria though? Normally entry criteria would you want to see it rejecting from the range. You didn't. This candle should have flipped. Did this candle flip at any point? Let's have a look. So this would be the criteria. This candle should have flipped. So we go 1 minute, we see push up first, should be a higher low on 1 minute. So push up into the range, and then candle flip would be where? Let's draw a line on candle flip. Candle flip is here. Yeah. Technically no, it wouldn't have triggered you in. And then once the candle closes back inside of the range, it invalidates that zone, right? So once this candle closes back inside the zone, it invalidates the zone. But as an idea, yes, but we were just looking for the setup 2, you know? If we got the setup 2, we would have got the trade. But the news came in and ruined the party for us. That's really frustrating. I've been waiting all morning for that. I actually want to know the story about when you wanted to give up. Can you share? Okay, I can share now, and then I'm gonna hop off so we can pick it up on Monday, guys, or after New York. Okay, but I will share it for now. I'm sorry about this today, but it is what it is. You look at gold, keeps rejecting the highs every time you try to buy. GJ was super close to giving me my setup, but messed up. And then DAX was an option, but hesitated out of that one because of being inside of the range, which is okay, but I don't know, I got put off with it. People were telling me different things and I kind of agreed with them and then didn't make the decision fast enough. What news was it? It just got notification of the stop loss. Yeah, that's not fun. It was GBP JPY news. So yeah, so basically the time I wanted to quit was when nothing was working. It was about 1.5 years in. I would try everything and it was just not working. And no matter what I did, follow my plan to my best ability, do everything to my best ability, do what is supposed to be working, follow something that has been tested, I still could not make money. Still, everything, I'm doing everything perfectly, but nothing's working. I actually said I just have bad luck in the market. I said I have bad luck in the market because really everything I do is just, I said I'm better if I just don't do anything in the market, because everything I just probably have bad luck. It maybe works for other people, but not for me. This is not for me. And then I kind of gave up for a week. I'm not someone who quits. You will see me fail, but you won't see me quit. And you know, I had to think for 1 week. I said, okay, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? And then a light bulb moment came in my head. And the light bulb moment that came in my head was that the reason that I'm not seeing success is maybe because I'm trying to push money. So the one thing I was doing is, yes, I was doing everything correctly. I was following my plan. I was following what I should be doing. I was journaling. I was writing down. At that point, I was writing down every single session. I literally have thousands of words on documents. I can pull them up and show you. I would write down a session from start to finish. GBP JPY was at this price. Price opened at this time. At this time, price pushed up and closed above this resistance. When price tapped this resistance, this is what happened. When price came down here, that is what happened. I used to write all of that. all of that I used to write. You know, I was doing everything, but still it wasn't working, right? It wasn't working. So what ended up happening? What ended up happening is that I started to really think about, okay, you know, what's going on with my you know, overall plan. And I realized that I was oh, now my camera dies in the middle of a good story. Now okay, you'll have to hear this without camera, then I have to hop off. So what I ended up realizing is that because I'm trading too much for money, right? And I was pushing myself to take trades with the idea that I need to make money. And that subconsciously and also in the charts made me do what? Even though I was following my plan and I was doing everything in my own ability, I was making excuses within my plan, and I was trying to push the money side of things, not push the trading side of things. So all I was doing is I was just pushing the money side, and what ended up happening is that it would just end up into a whole rut. So what did I do at that point? Boom, risk went down to $50 a trade. $50 a trade, and I said, let me just focus on making money. That month I only took 4 or 5 trades. I won 4 out of the 5 trades and finished the month profitable. The next month I increased risk with the same mindset. 4 or 5 trades. I won the month. I became profitable on that month. I went into the next month allowing myself to take more trades. Now that was interesting because when I increased the trade amount, I started to have like a break-even month. And what happened is that I would just kind of, as more trades would come, I would be scared to lose because it's like the first time you touch profitability, and being scared to lose, I would just go and move break even too fast and then take out of my way. So with development of that, it's kind of led me into this point now. But the big change was saying, let me just make something before trying to scale. And that was if anyone asked me what's my aha moment was make something and then scale. Because I was trying to make a lot more before I could actually even make a little. And that's the harsh truth, is that, you know, it didn't work like that. So I said, let me make something, and then all I have to do is scale after that. And yeah, my scaling has been, I would say, maybe compared to what gurus show online, on the slower side. But at the end of the day, it's really, you know, something to, yeah, walking before you can crawl. Yeah, basically that's the exact saying, all right? Or running before you can walk, you know? So it's that saying, and that's basically what happened, you know? So yeah, bro, if you're gonna come in here with a new username and talk about FX Alex G, you paid for his 121 session, he would Zoom call you, but he blocked you. Bro, I'm not FX Alex G. Speak to him. Why come into my stream when I'm trading live in front of people and start calling the whole industry a scammer? I'm literally explaining my story, you know? So, please. I'm sorry that you got scammed from people, but if I'm gonna be honest, with more knowledge and more development, you can see that. You can see that that's probably nothing. Anyone promising you, am I promising you any dreams? Telling you that, you know, if you buy what I do, if you follow what I do, next month you're going to be a multi-millionaire? I tell you the process to become successful in this game, and what you determine your own success, you know. Your own success is going to be up to you. How much you risk is going to mean how much you make. 100%. I feel I tried to scale too quick last year without enough time on the strat. Now I feel more ready. Yeah, that's how it is. Anyways, boys and ladies, of course, I am going to show up on Monday. The trade was going to be GJ today. Today was the GJ trade. That's unfortunate news come at the end of the session when we've been waiting so long for a trade. So long we've been waiting for all session, and this has to happen. It's just one of those days and one of those times that you have to just really stay patient for next week. It's only the first week of the year. We still have after NFP to see if there's any opportunities then. DAX was nice, I guess. That's one thing I'm going to put in my own journal to talk about how this range played out when we had very clean candles on all time frames. Notice, clean candle on 15, 30, 1 hour, and 4 hour resistance was up here as well. So this is what maybe made sense. So Do I consider I missed this opportunity? Maybe I can be harsh on myself and say it was missed. And I'm gonna leave it like that. So we will see how this ends up forming, and yeah, you know, this is you know, this is how it is. This is how it is. You know, again, you change your name, bro. This guy is desperate. Again, he changed his name. So yeah, this is how it is. This is how it is. So I appreciate everyone showing up to stream. Hopefully I catch you on Monday. We run it up. Remember, 600 viewers. We will do a big giveaway, $600 worth of giveaway. Be sure to show up for that. And let's kill it. Let's kill it on Monday. Good first week, you know, pretty standard, to be honest. Nothing crazy. You know, hopefully we will move strong going into next week here, but this is how first weeks are, really. If you look at my last January, it was much slower than this already. Much slower my last January. Actually, last January I had quite a lot back-to-back losses, so hopefully we don't repeat that. But I don't think so, because if we look at the trades I took last January, they were bullshit. So I know why I'm losing last January, you know. But yeah, look, there was like here almost 10 days of no trades. 10 days of no trades, and then I lose again. So that's nasty. So we're going to avoid that this year. And yeah, I'll catch you guys. Have a good weekend if I don't speak to you in New York session. And stay safe in NFP, boys, all right? Please do that. Monday, we're here from 10:30 a.m. Catch you hopefully then. Take care, trade sharp, and hopefully speak to you guys soon. Peace. See you guys.